guys, well, trying something new today, something a little bit different. So, end of March, clocks go forward this day, more riding for everybody. Hey ho, that should be good, with more evenings and perhaps more commuting to work and things like that. So, first of all, happy new season everyone. I'm sure some of you have already been riding around and enjoying yourselves anyway, but you know, I thought we'd kick our little channel off. Haven't done very much due to health reasons and work commitments, so not many videos have been posted, and I am very, very sorry about that. That is just down to the fact that in 3 weeks time I'll be having a new hip replacement, and just been struggling to get on and off the bike. So we thought we'd bring the bike out after this winter lay-up and see how she's going, try and burn some of this fuel off that's in the tank, and get some fresh in before we finish today. It's had a full service, back to onto road service, which I think is completely necessary, and we'll just see how she runs today. So how are you all doing? Are you all ready for the season? What have you bought? What do the wives know you bought? That's always the best one. Apparently I am somebody, I don't know if I should really repeat this, but I was told by somebody, if you fall out with your wife and you're having a big old row, buy yourself a new bike. Your wife still won't be talking to you, but you'll feel better because you've got a new bike. I'm not suggesting anybody goes out and tries that, but that was from a very wise man. And you never know, maybe that was the way forward. So yeah, I haven't done anything, not done any real riding as such, but there's some exciting bikes out, which we might see if we can get and have a little ride on. There's the one I'm really going to try and get sorted out, and I might actually pop in today and see if I can sort that one, is the new V-Strom 800. That looks like quite a piece. Yeah, that looks like quite a piece of kit, that. So seriously thinking about popping over to the two-wheel centre and having a chat with them, see if they're going to get it in. If they're going to get a demo of it, then we can see if we can get out on it. That's maybe something to look forward to. Wow, it's so nice to be able to get onto the bike today. My leg on the peg, as they say. Like I was saying, there's some new machines out there, all waiting to be tried, waiting to be looked at. I did think that the price on the V-Strom 800 might be enough to put a lot of people off. Apparently it's going to come in at around just over 10 grand, which I personally think might be a little bit expensive. That's just personal, for what it is. I've noticed the new 1050's come out and they're sticking that in the £13,000 mark, and it's bringing itself up towards other bikes that are more popular, shall we say. Hope it's not going to take away from the people who are likely to want a V-Strom. And maybe because apparently it's exactly the same engine, same 1050 engine derived from the old the TL1000, I believe, with obviously a few tweaks and things, so maybe that's something to look into. So yeah, so let's be positive and wait and see what comes out of it. I really rate the 1050 V-Strom very highly. But I think what they're doing is the base model is going to be pretty much the same as the adventure type model, apart from it's going to still have a 19-inch front wheel, which that's entirely up to everybody's own personal preferences. And but it's going to have same electronics. I think it's going to have the quick shifter on it as well, which everybody rants and raves about quick shifters, and I really get them. You know, when you're on the track and you want to change quickly and you want to get them milliseconds off your times, then I really rate them. However, when you're road riding, and part of the enjoyment is, for me, is the riding itself, and it sort of takes that away a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that the quick shifter is the way forward, or would you prefer to just still have a bike with standard system on it? I like to use my clutch, I like to use my gearbox, and I've ridden bikes with quick shifters on, and I've got to admit I was very impressed with them, and I enjoyed them, and I thought they were great. However, I must admit, when I got back onto my own bikes, then not so much. Again, for the track, which is exactly what it was really designed for, MotoGP first started bringing them out to shave off them milliseconds which count. I understand it and 100% get it. If I was on a track, then maybe it's something I would need, but on the road, no, I'm not so sure. However, all the reports I've read on people who talk about quick shifters, they seem to think that's the way forward, and that's the way we should all be going. So again, let me know in your comments. I've had some lovely comments on the V-Strom 650 that we did, and the BMW, the XR1000. Thank you very much for your comments. I'd like to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to everybody that's supporting the channel, watching the videos. We know we've got a long way to go with the filming. We know we've got a long way to go with the chizzy chat. I get that, and it's nice to see that some people accept us for what we are and enjoy what we do. There are things we can improve on, I know. There are times when I look back at some of the videos and wince a bit, but some of those are the most popular videos, so either did something right, or I just happened to get the content correct. So, and there's some videos that I've done that I think are pretty good, and they've got nothing, absolutely nothing. So hopefully this one will see a few more of you, you'll get a chance to view it, and we can go from there. Well, it's a busy old day today. I can certainly tell my confidence levels aren't very high at the minute, but then this is always the case on first ride out of the season. So unfortunately, this is, again, it's a good thing if you're riding through the winter. It keeps your confidence levels up. So I'm having to be a little bit careful, shall we say. But then again, I'm also obviously having issues with pain, so I don't think that's helping too much. But I've got the confidence in the bike. I know it's been set up properly. I know that I've done my tyre pressures, so I know the bike's absolutely fully prepared for today. Unfortunately, I couldn't take myself in the shed and sort myself out. But I think that's something that just slowly but surely comes to you. I mean, years ago, quite a few years ago, when I used to ride everywhere solo, it didn't take me long to get my confidence up. It didn't take me long to sort myself out. But obviously, I'm not, well, let's say, playing around like I used to. So my confidence levels are a lot less. Again, another massive confidence booster is track days. So if any of you are struggling a little bit, get yourself on some of these track days, or that's the sort of thing that will probably boost your confidence. If you can get yourself on those, then they're the way forward. They certainly get you on your cornering, and they certainly get you on the speed of your bike and what it can do and how it can handle and what you can get away with. Another thing I've been seeing a lot of lately is this thing called chicken strips. There's a lot of people commenting saying, oh yeah, you're not a very good rider, you've got chicken strips. And well, you know, it could be right. Be right, they could be going on about chicken strips and saying that you're not a good rider, but then again it could be the exact opposite. You might be riding extremely safely, because the less lean angle you've got, the quicker you can go, and that's fact. That is total matter of fact. So you might find that the rider you're calling rubbish because you've got no chicken strips, you can't actually keep up with him. Take this from somebody who's had experience of it. Looked at somebody's chicken strip many years ago when I was a bit new and a bit green. I thought, oh, he's not going to go very quick. And I'm afraid that was the last I saw of him. What do you all reckon about the new sales technique for Skoda then? Put a little hyphen on the S and call them Skoda. Why? They're made by Volkswagen, they're a good car, so why would you worry about changing it? Loving this. It's nice to blow some cobwebs away. Another quick note on the V-Strom 800, and basically it's an inline twin instead of a V-twin. It's 700 and, well, just under 800 cc's, but an inline twin. So it's going to have a completely new engine for Suzuki. Although I think it's derived from the V-Strom engine. I'm not 100%, no, it can't be, because that's a V-twin. So no, I'm led to believe anyway, having looked at all the hype on it. I've only looked at YouTube videos where people have been over to foreign parts to test it, and they've gone over and to be fair, I think there's 3 bikes out at the minute. There's the Yamaha, there's the Honda Verisei or whatever it is, and there's the what's it one. And to be fair to them, it all seems to be much of a muchness, and I think it would depend more on your brand loyalty to which one you would buy. The Verisei, I believe the Honda Verisei is a good bike, and they rate it and they say it's comfortable, and they say that it doesn't feel like it's got a 21-inch wheel on the front, and it handles exceptionally well, and they're all saying the same things about that. They're all saying the same things about the Suzuki. I think the Suzuki might have a bit more bottom-end torque. However, maybe I need to look it up really, but I think that the Suzuki, for me, it looks wise department, I think I prefer it. But again, that's probably down to brand loyalty. I've been a Suzuki man for a very long time, and every time I waver and buy something different, e.g. a Honda or a Aprilia or a Yamaha for that, I end up back at Suzuki again. I don't really know why. I just seem to end up yearning for a Suzuki, and it's kind of where I ended up back with this one. Having said that, I adore this one. You know, I have a midlife crisis. Well, I've had a few of them now, and I think this is my sway song to that. The sports bikes are where my heart is, but my head's nowhere near it. My practicality is nowhere near a sports bike. But every time I look at one, every time I hear one, every time I get my backside on one, they make me smile. Ridiculously wide. And I've noticed of late, when I thought about maybe should give myself something a bit more practical, I find myself sitting on this and thinking, well, why would you? Oh look, we've got roadworks. Can I sneak down? We're going to try anyway, see what happens. Roadworks are king at the minute, aren't they? Sitting there. New rider in the process, hopefully. Yeah, I think I hope the test isn't becoming too difficult for new riders. I mean, I have noticed a lot more mopeds floating around. I mean, there are some really cheap ones on the market at the minute. There's a lot of people riding around on the Lexmoto Titan things, I think they are. Something like that. They are very, very, very popular, and I think you can get one on the road brand new for about £2 grand. So I can see why mopeds are having a comeback. There's a lot more. I think there's a lot more people buying them just to go to work. They're claiming 100 miles to the gallon. If that is the case, that's a lot. If you're running a normal everyday car to work and back, and it is a lot. So, somebody's been book spreading a lesson, that's clear beside this is that. So yeah, I think these mopeds are having a bit of a resurgence at the minute. across and everything. But then that takes me back to, if you get a moped that'll do like nearly 100 to the gallon, the V-Strom 650 was showing over 80 to the gallon. And out of that you've got a nice bike you take out on weekends, go on nice long rides on. Mopeds are great, but I don't think I'd like to go, 140 mile round trips on it. Having said that, I'm sure they're more than capable, and if I was a youngster again, that's all they had, I'm sure I'd do it again. I remember doing that sort of mileage on a Fizzy 50. So, and I didn't even bat an eyelid at it. I just laid on the tank and went for it. The good old days, I guess. Sorry about me just jabbering on. Like I say, got no real news. Things are still the same. Things hopefully are going to change in a few weeks' time once I've had my operation. It's going to take me a good 6 to 8 weeks to recover from that, and then hopefully we can get it more riding out and lots more videos and exciting videos, and taking you to some places that perhaps you haven't been or not thought about and would like to try. Oh, these 50-mile-an-hour roads now, it's such a shame. I kind of get it, I think, but I think, especially when you bang your cameras up as well, I think it's just something worth putting revenue in. I'm sorry government, but it just got to be, it can't be anything else. I mean, I know you keep saying the cameras only go up where there's been accidents, but lots of roads have accidents. I don't get where you're putting me on a 50-mile-an-hour curfew on a big wide road like this, and then I can turn off on a single track lane that's not fit for a vehicle, and I'm allowed to do the national speed limit, which obviously you're not changing that one because it's not worth the cost of buying new speed signs and everything on a road that they know full well you can't do it on anyway. So just don't bother repairing the road and be done with it. Somebody going on the jollies? But I must say, a few miles in, she seems to smooth down nicely. Which is nice to see. I'll tell you what will be nice though, once I've had my operation, being able to go out for a walk. Well, I'm hoping that's going to be the case. I do know there have been some quite sorrowful stories of people who have had hip replacements. Well, it's not been the case, but you never know. Keeping my fingers crossed. Just a very quick note, and maybe might be a bit out of place by bringing this up. This is, I'm hoping, I'm expecting a lot of the viewers of my channel are my generation, and I think my generation were brought up to not admit certain things, especially weaknesses. If you feel that you are suffering in any way with any sort of depression or anxiety and you need somebody to talk to, you need to get somebody to talk to. You need to go and see your doctor. I'm not saying that you need to go and get medication. I don't know whether pills are the way forward or not, but if you have certain tendencies and certain mind swings, you need to go seek help. Please, just, motorbikes are great for taking you out yourself. They are. They're amazing things. You get on one and all your memories, your pains, everything disappears. Because you're back to being 21 again. You're on your, whatever you were on, at 21 years old, and you're back there. and you feel great, and it's great for the day while you're out. And if only you could do it every day. Some people do. That's their thing. A lot of people out there saying, oh yeah, well, just man up. Maybe they don't feel what you're feeling. It's just come to light lately. I've had a few friends who are struggling, and badly, and I never knew, to the point that one of them, well, it's just by sheer chance that he's still with us, and he was the laughing soul of the party. Wherever you went out to the pub with him, he was the one, he was the joker, he was the laugh, he was the one that you went out because he was out. And he's got nothing going on in his life that you could see. He's still got his lovely wife, his kids have now grown up and they've sort of flown the nest. He hasn't got money issues, and yet still something is not balanced. And it's come to light that it was something that probably happened a very, very long time ago in his childhood. Please don't be ashamed. Please don't let other people make you ashamed. Go and talk to somebody. Maybe you don't feel you can talk to your best mate. Maybe you don't feel like you can open up to your wife. Maybe you'll feel like you're a failure by doing so. It's not your fault. You break your arm, everybody knows something's wrong with you. What do they all do? Oh mate, you alright? Oh man, oh wow, that looks painful. Cool, just because you got your arm in plaster. You know when your head's screwed up? That's a weird one, that one. And nobody knows. Anyway, I hope that's given you some insight today for what we're going to be doing in the future. Maybe a bit of food for thought, maybe. Obviously, if you see somebody struggling, see what you can do. And the answer isn't necessarily man up, or go and see a doctor, or go on holiday. These issues you tend to find, they go on holiday but they don't enjoy it. They're doing it for everybody else. So, see what you can do. If it's just a case, taking them out for a beer and sitting and not saying anything. Because if you don't say anything, eventually I'm sure they'll start talking. Listen guys, I'm going to go down and see if I can sort out a ride out on this V-Strom 800. See if they've got one coming in on demo. Looks like I'm going to get wet as well at some point. Well guys, that's sorted. Suzuki are doing an open day here on the 12th and 13th of August. So I'll get myself on that. We get to test ride quite a few then. So hopefully we can get that sorted out and come and have a go on one. So for now, thanks so much for watching. Take care everybody, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in a future video. All the best, bye bye.